Hey everybody, this is Cahlen Lee, and on this episode of Wizard Gear I'm going to be talking about one of the most important tools that I have, and it is a Leatherman Wave. So this is it's called a multi-tool, and it basically has all kinds of different tools hidden inside of it. For example, like a pliers, and there's also several knives and things like that. So we'll go into a little bit of the details, but first I just want to talk about how important this thing is to me. So I've been living out in the wild for probably a year and a half, something like that. And during that time I had this with me the whole time, and I used it almost every single day, multiple times a day. And I used it for a large amount of different types of things, you know, just working with sticks, or from doing things like that, or just cutting wire, or like plugging things in on my solar electric bike, or actually working on the bike itself. So it's just so many things that can be done with this that I got to the point where I actually lost this recently, and I didn't know where it was for a period of like 2 weeks. And I normally keep it right on my belt all the time, no matter what I'm doing, and I felt really naked without it. And I can't tell you, when I found this thing and it was underneath a bed, I was so happy to see it. I was just like, oh yes, finally. So it comes with a little leather pouch which fits on your belt, and you can see it slides pretty easily if you need to move it out of the way of something. And it's just got a little flap here, and you can pull it out. So here's what it looks like when you have all of the individual tools separated out. You know, you would never use it like this, but it kind of gives you a sense for how much there is to this thing. And it just kind of looks cool. So let's take a closer look at each of the individual tools that it has on it. So first is the pliers that I told you about, and really this is kind of 3 different tools. You got a needle nose plier, you got a thing for gripping things with width, and then you got a wire cutter, and actually you have a wire stripper too, so I guess you could call this 4 tools right here. Now when the tool is closed like this, there you have access to 4 different things just really quickly without needing to open it. So the first would be really the one that I use the most, which is this just normal knife. And you close it by pushing these little things here, and then it unlocks it and you can swing it out. So here is a file, and it has 2 different grains, and then also has a texture on this narrow surface here. And then, oops, there's that knife. It has a saw for cutting wood, and then it has another knife which has a little bit of a wave to it. Now if you open up the tool, there are other tools inside of each of these arms. And another one of the ones that I find most useful is this. It's got a Phillips head, and then if you take this out, you can flip it around, and it's got a flat head. And then you just push on this side here to close the ones on the inside. And then we also have a bottle opener. And over on this side we have basically like a prying tool. And then this thing right here, you can see there's a little nub coming out right there. It used to be kind of a longer tool. It's like a really small flathead screwdriver, which I think you can flip out around, and there's a little Phillips there too. And actually I found that thing to be extremely useful. I just used it in a way that it should not have been used and snapped it off. So I'd say be careful. And then the last thing would be something which is also extremely useful, which is a pair of scissors. So if I was going out into the wild and I was told that I could only bring one thing with me, the Leatherman Wave would be the thing that I would bring, because it's just so useful. And if you don't have a way to cut things, then there's so many like important life-saving things that are going to be way harder for you to be able to do without the knife. And then you have all the other tools which can be useful in so many different situations. So this thing is really sturdy, like that. You can use the knives, you can put a lot of force into things, except for that little tool that I snapped. And it also, like, it's gotten really dirty, it's gotten sand in it, it's gotten water in it, it's been soaked in water for a long period of time, and it's still doing really well without really showing any signs of wear and tear. So I highly recommend this thing, and yeah, I'll put a link below if anyone wants to check it out. There's a lot of actually other different types of Leathermans, and other companies make multi-tools too. So I mean, this is the one that I've used and I've had a great success with it, but I'm sure there's lots of other good ones out there too. So I recommend checking those out and finding what you think would work for you the best. But I would say you definitely want to have one if you're going to be spending a lot of time outside in survival situations, or just backpacking, or even if you're just a handyman or maintenance person or something like that. So that's how I feel about my multi-tool from Leatherman. I definitely recommend having one, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hey, if you enjoyed this video or found it valuable to you, I hope you will consider it a gift from myself to you. And if you would like to return the favor, you can go to gift.cahlen.org. I've got a list of things that I need at the moment. And in return, I offer a free coaching session to anyone who donates something to me. So if you want to learn more about the coaching stuff, you can go to coach.cahlen.org. Thanks again for watching.